What's going on, Existence Church? Hey, this morning we're going to introduce something new to you. It's called a quarter in review. And as our church has grown and we've been able to take part in more things, it seems like every quarter we just do so much to advance the kingdom. And for some of us who are super involved, we get to experience and be a part of a lot of it. For some of us who haven't had a chance yet to really sink into what this church is about, we could go a whole quarter, a whole year, and not even realize all the things that this church, this one local church, is doing to advance the kingdom of God. So I want to take a few minutes this morning and just share with you some of the things that we're doing that we've done just over the last 90 days. So check this out. We've had our first annual Vision Sunday. So we had our first time where we said, this is all the things that we believe God's calling us to do this year. We had our first annual Volunteer Appreciation Night. Do you know it takes over 80 people week in and week out to run this church? And we had a night set aside where the staff made them dinner and just served them for how much they serve us. We had our first annual Soup Bowl, which was an awesome flag football tournament where we got over 200 cans to give to homeless people and people in Mexico, which was super cool. We successfully merged with San Diego Church, which is amazing. And for those of you that are with us from San Diego Church, you guys are awesome. We're super stoked on that. Here's a cool thing. We set a big budget this year. We believe that God was calling our church to more things. And so many of you have stepped up and said, as for me and my house, we're going to advance God's kingdom through this church. And so we want to thank you for stepping up and blowing really all of our expectations on that. That was really cool. We partnered with Sarah Mesa Rec Center and had our first annual Easter egg hunt. Over 200 kids showed up to do that. That was unbelievable. We handed out over 17,000 cards, 100 street signs. We served the homeless vets with over 60 pizzas. We developed a brand new welcome center. We advertised in 3 restaurants, 2 gyms, and a car wash. And we sent out our first missionary. That is a ton of ministry over the last 90 days just here at our local church. But there's a few more things I want to share with you too as we get going. So check it out with me. One of the other really cool things we got to do over the last 90 days was renovate our kids' facilities. And for those of you that have never been back here, you've probably at least heard our kids' facilities during Sunday mornings. But one thing we got to do is really let parents and kids know they matter here. And so we got to put a lot of time and resources and money into developing our kids' facilities for our next generation of people here at Existence Church. So phenomenal, really cool thing we got to do, and thank you for your support and help on getting that done. One other thing we got to do this quarter, which probably was most exciting to me, was we got to corporately do ministry together. Staff, leadership, volunteers, and church body all came together and said, let's do ministry together. And so we filled all these Ziploc bags, almost 1,000 Ziploc bags, to bring into displaced families and displaced people and into Mexico and different projects. But we came together and said, we want to make a difference together. We want to serve our community together. We want to look like Jesus. And that was probably one of the most wonderful experiences for me to share with you guys. So one of the final things we did this semester was our Ziploc bag project together. And way to go, guys. What a blessing to the kingdom. Guys, it was an absolute honor and privilege to serve God's kingdom with you over the last 90 days. Looking back on everything we did in so many ways, it blows my mind. But it was a privilege to journey with you. It was a privilege to build with you. And one thing we've said this year is we really believe God is calling us to go beyond these walls with our time, our resources, and our energy. And so I can't even wait to see what God does over the next 90 days. Thanks for journeying with us.